Hi guys, and welcome back to my Evilness podcast. Today we will be talking about the true crime case of Neveah Buchanan. This case remains unsolved to this day. Five-year-old Neveah Buchanan was born on the 3rd of February 2004 in Monroe, Michigan. She went missing on the 24th of May 2009. Two fishermen would discover her body less than a week after she disappeared. In 2009, Neveah Buchanan was 5 years old and had just graduated preschool and was ready to begin kindergarten. She loved motorbikes, the sound of them, the look of them, everything about them. She just really loved them. She had a red Power Wheels Escalade that she loved riding around in, and she loved playing outside, especially with her friends. The last confirmed sighting of Neveah was on Memorial Day weekend, Sunday the 24th of May 2009 at around 6:30 p.m. The last time Neveah was seen, she was playing in her U-turned driveway at the Charlotte Arms Apartments in Monroe. Neveah's mother, Jennifer, said that the last time she had seen Neveah was when she came inside to grab a popsicle and said she was going upstairs to a friend's house. At the time, Jennifer had a friend of hers and her friend's daughter staying, and it wasn't until around 8 p.m. that this friend's daughter came running into the apartment saying Neveah is outside, she's riding her scooter out in the street. Jennifer went and put on her shoes, and then she went out to get Neveah. However, when Jennifer got outside, she only found Neveah's scooter in the driveway, but no sign of Neveah. After a quick search, Jennifer phoned the police, and a big search was launched for Neveah with officers, volunteers, K9 units, even helicopters. However, an Amber Alert wasn't sent until the 26th of May 2009. Police were canvassing the neighbourhood and were questioning everybody in the area in case they had seen or heard something. The police interviewed over 250 individuals, and one of these people was a resident of Monroe, and he said he was leaving the apartment complex at about 7 p.m, and he said he didn't see any children outside playing, but he did see a little red car speeding off out of the parking lot. Family and friends searched woods, backyards, creeks, ditches, and even shopping centres. They put up flyers of a smiling Neveah all over town. On the 5th of June 2009, a mere 2 weeks after Neveah had disappeared, two fishermen were travelling up the Rule River, which is also known as the River Raisin, when they discovered the body of the missing girl, Neveah Buchanan, buried in a shallow grave encased in concrete. A man and his father, who were smallmouth bass fishing on the banks of the Raisin River in Monroe County, saw a disruption in the dirt. Upon closer inspection, it looked like a large cement block, but it had a really bad smell and lots of flies were hanging around this block. They said it had a chip in it as they got closer. The men started to freak out. They put two and two together and called police. 10 hours later, police were still on the scene. Police believe the girl was dumped in a shallow grave and then covered with a fast-drying cement. Nevaeh was found about 7 miles from the apartment complex where she was last seen. Police found that the cement had been incorrectly mixed, and so it chipped away easily. The incorrect mixing of this concrete had also caused Nevaeh's body to float to the top as it was hardening. An autopsy revealed that Nevaeh had died from asphyxiation. They found soil in her windpipe that matched soil from the riverbed where she was found, meaning that Nevaeh had been buried alive. The soil being in her windpipe and the way she was found under the concrete led police to believe that while Nevaeh was buried alive, struggling, gasping for air, somebody had poured concrete onto her, leaving her to die alone and terrified underground. On the 25th of May, the day after Nevaeh's disappearance, police made their first arrest. George Kennedy, the boyfriend of Jennifer at the time, was in police custody on a parole violation. Roy Lee Smith, another person of interest, was a 48-year-old convicted sex offender. An affidavit said Smith gave a van to Kennedy. It was reported that a metal tool with bloodstains on it was found in this van. The two friends of Nevaeh's mother were arrested. Now, these two had a past. In 1998, Kennedy was charged with statutory rape. Nevaeh's mother had just said that this was a misunderstanding and that everybody deserves a second chance. But there were rumours of a possible romantic involvement with Kennedy and Jennifer. Reports also stated that Nevaeh even called him Daddy George. In 2002, the other guy, Smith, had broken into a family's home and sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl. These crimes earned him an undisclosed amount of prison time. A search of George Kennedy's motel room and a van had ties to Roy Smith, and they provided police with some promising evidence. They found a towel with what appeared to be blood on it, a sharp-edged tool with a red stain, and suggestive pictures of young girls. Unfortunately, though, the DNA on that towel did not match Nevaeh's DNA. Jennifer came to Kennedy's defense, saying she knew of his prior conviction, but he deserved a second chance. She also said she would have never left her daughter alone with him. But then she went on the radio and said in her mind she holds George responsible. Nevaeh's family believe that Jennifer knows more than she is letting on. This could be because she failed part of her polygraph test. Police have never confirmed, however, if Nevaeh was sexually assaulted. But they did eventually drop Kennedy and Smith as suspects, so one would assume that she was not sexually assaulted. Fingers crossed. After the police dropped these two as suspects, the case went cold. But the community and her family didn't forget Nevaeh. They continued to show support and set up marches, drives, donations, anything to try and spread awareness. It wasn't until 2014 that police would finally have an update in the case, a new suspect, but they didn't release this suspect's name. According to Monroe County News, the suspect is in his mid-30s, born and raised in the area, and had had a troubled childhood, and at the time was doing prison time for domestic violence. Police questioned him at length, but he refused to confess. This is the strongest suspect that police have. They do have some other leads, however, two separate vans, a green van and a red van, was seen near Hollywood Elementary School, and a man who was later seen burying things, but nothing came of these leads. Nevaeh's family think that she must have known her killer for her to go with him willingly, because no one has heard any cries for help or any screams. That update in 2014 was the last update in the case, and as of today, March 2021, the case remains unsolved. So that is it for today's podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you have a great day today, and I will get another one done very soon. Bye.